Good morning, everybody. Daniel Allison, the average dude, along with my co host, who is not in the familiar Bobcat location. Fred Blanton, where are you?
I am just outside of Nashville, Tennessee. I finally decided, Danny, to chase my country music dream. Freddie's gonna chase his dream today.
I love it. I love it. I believe you're one person away from changing your life.
That's it. I am one song away from changing the Blanton history.
Changing Blanton history, and that's
Just
going to.
kidding. I'm up here doing some Bobcat training. Had a fantastic dinner last night in Nashville at a place called Harper's.
Nice.
Steak,
Ooh,
lobster.
what?
Yeah, the whole deal.
Wait, I tell you what, they're taking really good care of you up there, aren't they?
Well, they don't have an option. If they don't, somebody else will.
Now let me just say this before we get into these commenters. Uh, I've got this one little thing that when we make mistakes, Fred Blanton, when we have you ever made a mistake?
No,
Let's see. You want to see who our commenters are first?
I can see them.
Oh man, how do you do that? When you make a mistake, maybe it's embarrassing yourself, and I just wrote this down this morning. Maybe whatever it is. So we breathe, we take a deep breath. Because sometimes when you embarrass yourself, maybe you get kind of, or whatever, you've made a mistake, you feel bad about yourself. You breathe, you laugh at yourself, you state the truth of the situation, and then you say something grateful. And then, of course, finally you drink coffee. And bam, you're ready for a great day.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Did you make a mistake this morning?
I it came to me because what is a mistake, what is an embarrassing situation. When we feel things, we have to have a little process to go through. And I thought, what is it that I was really doing there? And I maybe got the numbers out of line there, but I taking that deep breath, that's a big deal. Because you get in a hurry, you take a deep breath, you slow down. Even doing this with you, the worst best co-host that there's ever been, that you have to take a deep breath, you have to laugh at yourself a little bit, state the truth, then you take control of it, Fred. Then you say something grateful, and then you do what you're doing right now.
Well, I tell you
I'm gonna
what.
look at I'm gonna look at the commenters. Let's see who we got in here. We got Gary in here. Gary, good morning. I hope this is a mistake-free week for Gary, and that he doesn't have to do any laughing at himself. Great to see Gary here. Russ Hammond, Red Wing Shoes, Spartanburg, South Carolina. When's the last time you've been in Red Wing, Fred?
Oh, I don't know.
It's been a
Russ,
while.
when the last time I was in there? I need to go soon. Need
Oh
to get
yeah.
them boots cleaned up, oiled up, shined up.
Yeah. I like the fact that you go in there and keep them looking good, and that Russ does it for you. Vicky, good morning. Happy Monday. Time to get your mind right. Start the day with positive energy. It's a big deal if you can do it. Good Monday morning. Aaron Jacob, it's in the house. I love that energy of Aaron, and I love it when he shows up too, because he's not always able to get over here. So
Is it hard for somebody that calls themselves the average dude to have above average energy on a Monday morning? Or is it natural?
we've been talking about it, and I'm trying to get rid of uh I'll put this up now. We talked a little bit about it before the show. What happens on the weekends? I have a little extra time to think about what we do here. And a lot of times it works best when we don't have a plan and we just have a general direction. We're interacting with people in the comments, and there's a great flow to it. on the weekends, Fred, you know this. I tend to overthink things. I tend to have too much information.
That's only on the weekends?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
So I say all that to say I had a lot of stuff that I wanted to share this morning, but sometimes you know the flow. It just so you have to figure out the flow. It's what my point is.
So is it easy to have above average energy?
Is it easy to have above average energy? I'm glad you asked that. Let's go back to on the road again. As you took this long business trip up to Tennessee, in order to feel good, in order to have good energy, we have to make good decisions. We have to prepare to feel good. You listened to podcasts and you had a little food prep before you went up there. And I
Yes.
want to talk about preparing to make good decisions so that we have good energy. How did you
Especially
feel?
on a road trip,
Exactly.
right? I was going by myself, so I knew I was going to stop at least twice. Traffic was terrible. It took me about an hour longer to get here than I expected. But my wife had already packed me some grapes. I had bananas and apple. I stopped twice because I knew I was going to pass Buc-ee's. I had to stop at Buc-ee's and run around with all the other 7,000 people in there.
Exactly.
Pick my energy back up.
Buc-ee's is a crazy place, isn't it?
Yes, but they do have really good mints, little cinnamon mints. You know, it's kind of like their version of an Altoid. And you know, okay. I love mints. I love having fresh breath, even in a vehicle by myself.
And now let me ask you this, Brett. Do you like going out of town on these types of business trips?
Do you like can't ask me anything.
Okay, all right. Do you like going out of town on these business type trips? And
occasionally,
yeah.
I wouldn't want to do it every week, every other week, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Hey, look at here, Jacob. Great to see you. Good morning, positive friends. It's good to have positive friends in your life. Aaron Jacobitz, how was the conference in Myrtle Beach? I love it because our people on the bus like to talk to each other as well, Fred. My super advanced, super great technology of a laptop is hot garbage. Good morning, everyone.
Like right now.
Do what?
Paul sounds like me right now.
Oh, let's see. That makes the whole trip to Buc-ee's worth it. I love that.
Mints.
Hey, look at here. Return of the Mac Johnson. Good to see you here, brother. Always good to have folks on the bus, and on the road makes me think as we get on the road. See, let me just say this. We talked about saying the truth. When I know where I want to go with this conversation, it changes the flow so much more, right? So I've got this idea of where I want to take the conversation. And generally, I just have like one little word. But when I overthink it, I've got too much.
You sat down before we ever went live and you knew you had too much material, which typically happens on Monday morning.
Yeah. But I told you that, and we didn't. And I thought that telling you that would help me with the pace, but it didn't help me with the pace. So that's okay though. I will say this: what I really wanted to talk about is calm in the chaos, their anger management. And so there's a lot of folks out there. You're on the road. There was did you get frustrated on the road at all yesterday?
It was, I just expected what I ran into. Stop and go traffic. I knew coming through the mountains at one point, you know, we were going to be going 12 miles an hour. Now, there was a couple times on I-40 that we came to a screeching halt. that I was kind of shocked about, but that's part of it. I had already made up my mind. Okay, I know I'm going to be in traffic.
Yeah, and you prepared for that, and you kind of knew going into it that you had the right thing. So I think sometimes that preparing for things like that, windshield time is awesome. Exactly, Mac.
So
Right? You
Danny,
find, yeah,
Danny,
yeah. Thanks, Fred.
what
Take me
brought
somewhere, please.
what brought the calm and chaos up? Did something happen to you? Did you see something? Did you experience something to make you think, I'm going to my luxurious penthouse apartment and I'm going to
No,
type up
no.
stuff about
We
calm and
we had talked.
chaos?
We had talked about I wanted to start digging in. Look, when we can manage our anger, we can manage our energy. When we can manage our energy, we're going to have a great day. And that's what this show is really about, managing our energy so we get the most out of ourselves. And I know that the world right now is just so chaotic. There's a lot of fighting, there's a lot of resentment, there's a lot of hate, there's a lot of anger in the world.
Did you see that?
I had to at least get that. I've got an entire presentation on anger management. And I kind of just I know that we don't have enough time to get into that, but yeah,
I had my hand up before you played the anger video.
I know I just wanted to get it in there.
Where do people see this type of stuff you're talking about? The chaos in the world, the fighting in the world. Where would somebody see that?
Yeah, so you're going to see it on social media. You're going to see it on the road. You're going to see it at home. You're going to see it at work. You're going to see this everywhere because everyone's got an opinion, and those opinions right now are very it it, it there's a lot of stress, so we can kind of feel the tension.
You can eliminate some of it, correct? You don't
Yeah.
have to look at social media. You don't have to watch the news. You don't have to put yourself in situations where someone's going to act like an idiot and irritate you. Now, it's going to happen occasionally by surprise, but you can control a lot of what you participate in.
Yes, absolutely. I'm just gonna see if this pulls up right here. But exactly what you're saying, and I'll go back to the beginning. A lot of what I had read about and studied on yesterday was these types of things. Number one, knowing ourselves, knowing how we respond to anger is a big deal. So some people respond like the Incredible Hulk, other people respond like Mr. Rogers, other folks may be like a Jedi, I think is what I said, right? Just like they master their mind.
What makes somebody angry?
Um, what makes somebody, that's great. So anger is a natural human emotion that signals a strong feeling of displeasure, annoyance, or hostility in response to a perceived provocation, hurt, injustice, or threat. AKA, you get pissed off, lose control, and lose energy. Is that better, Fred? I see you. I see you there. I see Fred. Whenever you put up a slide, anybody out there, if you ever put up a slide and the person you're doing it with rolls their eyes, that's tough. But hey, I tell you what, I enjoyed putting this together because I think that it's a big deal right now. How we, number one, again, if we bottle up our anger, Mr. Rogers, that's not the way we want to go, Fred. You know, we go, number one, we've got from irritated to rage. What is it? You like that? Mr. Rogers, Jedi or the Hulk? And each of these guys responds to anger differently. And when we understand why they respond, and what we can do, it's a good thing. So we've got some comments. I'm sitting here trying to convince Fred that this is a good idea to talk about. Freddie was good, anticipating the possibility of planning your departure time. Absolutely. We need to be on the energy bus rather than the anger roller coaster. That ain't a fun ride, and it's hard to get off of. Once we get to that point of anger, it's hard to go back. Fred doesn't seem like he gets angry. He's very calm, but I bet Fred gets angry. Fred, do you get angry?
Every once in a while.
And when we can transmute that anger into positive action, that's a big deal. So, well, man, I tried this morning, Fred. I really did. Are you looking forward to your deal here?
Oh, yeah, it's one of those deals. It is what it is today. So we got to go get after it. There's still going to be phone calls. There's still going to be people wanting to do business. We'll just have to squeeze it all together, not get angry about it, and just knock it out.
That's it. That's it. Hey, thanks so much for joining us. We'll be right back here live 7:55 on Tuesday. Have a great day. Let's roll. Bye-bye.